Hey, Segovia, back with another video, y'all. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. We made some upgrades to the man cave, y'all. We got 2 studio lights in here. So what do you guys think? Does the lighting look better? Does it still look dark? Let me know down below. I'm trying to get it perfect because lighting is the key. But anyways, y'all, we got a good hour video we're gonna get into right here. I ain't gonna chit chat and talk your guys' ears off. You know we save that for the end of the video. So sit back, relax, leave a like, and enjoy the show.
I wanted to, but literally at the last minute, I was like, I just want to come meet the president. Thank you for being here. I'm serious. I wish you the best. I got your back, so hopefully you got our backs. Yeah, well, I'll go over the plans first thing. Hey guys, first things first, this video is 100% alleged. Please do not take the contents of this video for fact, as it is not fact. I am a lip reader, and that is not how lip reading works. I am not able to know 100% that what I think is being said is actually being said. Therefore, this is 100% alleged and is not fact. Wow, if you're new here, I'm Nina. I do lip reading, and the amount of requests and interest in this exchange is like, it's crazy. The videos of this interaction are blowing up on multiple platforms and multiple videos. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this, but here we are. What I think they're talking about in the beginning is Trump probably said something like, I didn't expect you here, or I thought you were going to be somewhere else. And then Newsom replies saying, oh, I wanted to, or whatever, but I actually decided I wanted to be here instead to greet you. And then the rest of the conversation is pretty self-explanatory. I think since it's very public, I didn't expect to read anything juicy.
Mason plan has always been to kill the creator. So everything that's involved in the Freemason plans, Big Bang, evolution, dinosaurs, infinite space, they're all part of the same story. Kill God. If the Big Bang was real, then God becomes a lot less likely. If dinosaurs existed millions and millions of years before humans, then that shows that God made a mistake, and that invalidates him as well.
The pineal gland in the group of wealthy people is active. The pineal gland of the average person is calcified, which means it's not very active at all. It's not broadcasting. It is a problem if your pineal gland is calcified. I'm going to talk about why it got calcified in a minute. And then you may get really mad. If your pineal gland is calcified, you can't broadcast.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like my third eye, pineal gland, gets ignited when I'm eating clean, when I'm eating a ketogenic diet, right? I'm schizophrenic. So there's a lot of new studies that have come out that the ketogenic diet is even sometimes putting, patients in remission, if not helping them cope with it a lot better. So when I'm eating keto or low carb, my mind opens. Now everybody's is different. I feel like everybody knows deep down what they need to do to get where they want to go. And for me, it's the eating. That's where I got to go. That's why for me, it's so difficult, I feel, because everything in that universe is trying not to let me get to that next level. But I feel like my third eye is open because when I'm eating clean and it opens, I start coming up with business ideas. I start doing better on YouTube. I'm sure you guys can see when I'm eating bad, just my vibe's a little lower. Like today, my vibe feels a little higher. I'm feeling good. I've been eating clean for a couple of days, right? So I'm feeling better. I'm putting better energy out. But anyways, I feel like everyone kind of knows what they need to do to get to where they go, and not everybody's is eating. Some people might be not drinking. Some people's might be, I need to study harder, or I need to, everyone's is different. Everyone's path is different. What is your path, y'all? What do you guys feel deep down in your stomach you need to do that is so difficult, but that's what's going to get you to the next level? Am I crazy to think that I feel like everyone has that? Because I know I have it. I know what I need to do to get to that next level. Let me know down below, y'all. It's a very interesting topic I would love to get into.
Not Billie Eilish. Another one. Damn, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. Right here, she look good. And then me personally, I think she look good in general. But damn. Perfect. She also got a beautiful voice. But damn. We all know what side she on. And she never really tried to hide it either. You could tell by her music videos what side she was on, what side she was repping. This is just one of them that shows what she's repping. I don't even have to say it. Y'all say it down below in the comments. But damn, how could something like this be like this? Anyway, I'm gonna get to the point. She was on stage and she made a mockery of God. Just look at the video. Y'all see what song she's singing, right? What angel she talking about? The fallen angels?
Yeah.
Got a beautiful voice.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, everyone in there is thinking one thing, she's doing something right, but her intentions might be leading them astray, or they don't even realize it in that concert, right? You never know, y'all.
Not know the Vatican made a contract, an actual contract was signed with the King of England back in the Middle Ages, where the Pope said that he declared himself the Vicar of Christ. The word vicar in Latin simply means someone who stands in for someone else. According to the Vatican concept that God created the whole heavens and he created the earth, he gave the earth to Jesus, his son, and so consequently Jesus owns the earth and everything on it. But since Jesus is not here right now, somebody has to run the earth. So consequently, the Pope is going to stand in for him till he gets here. A lot of people are totally unaware of this contract between Rome and the King of England to rule the world. And at that time, the people who were called English became known as British. British comes from a Hebrew word, berith. In Hebrew, the word berith is a contract or a covenant. And ish in Hebrew means man or men, can be singular or plural. Therefore, berith ish, contract man, or man of the contract, or British, the man of the contract. This is why in the Western world, anything you're going to do in business requires a contract. That's the way the Vatican set it up.
Sounds like the way the mafia works.
That's exactly right. To put a contract on you.
People made predictions in 1925 about what 2025 will look like.
Okay.
Let's see if we met their expectations.
Okay, let's see.
People will live to be 150 years old.
Well, 150, that hasn't happened yet.
Did not happen yet.
What's the oldest person in the world at right now?
Probably...
I think it's like 126 is the record or something like that.
Oldest person alive currently is 116.
I was going to guess 116, actually.
They also said this: food will be delivered by tubes from communal kitchens.
Well, that hasn't happened, but if the tube is basically a car,
yeah,
then it is.
I think we got better. Like, we have Uber Eats, we got the bikes, we got the cars.
Yeah, but tubes would be cool because it would just run through everything and it would just like plop down like when you're at the bank.
Giant airplanes will fly 50 passengers between London and Paris only in a couple hours.
Okay, well, that's like...
We definitely do that.
Oh, between London and Paris. I was thinking USA.
We definitely do that. And we definitely do more than 50 passengers.
No, we definitely do. Oh, the Wright brothers. Come on.
Baldness will be universal.
Oh, so why is that a thing of the future?
I don't know. I swear I didn't make it up. People guessed that would happen in 2025.
Male pattern baldness is a real thing.
It's not universal, though.
Gordon Ramsay just posted a cryptic message to his socials that's a little concerning. GeoGuessers like Rainbolt have all but confirmed that the view outside of his window is a runway right beside Area 51, with flight attendant Laisha even mentioning she was on that same flight with Gordon himself, which landed in the middle of the desert in Nevada, exactly where Area 51 is supposed to be. But I noticed a little something that no one else brought up. By now, everyone's seen this weird little pan sitting in his cup holder. And it's tiny, way too small to be used by any regular human, so what is this for? I zoomed in closer, applied some light filters, and noticed a pattern of hexagons all over it. I mean, clearly this is just his cookware brand, Hexclad, right? But oh, it goes much deeper than that, because I came across this leaked classified document featuring the exact same hexagonal hexagonal pattern, which also claims we never made this technology. We recovered it from UFOs, non-human metallics. This all came out in 2016. Coincidentally, the same year Hexclad introduced this technology to the world. Whatever's going on here, the questions still stand. Who or what is this tiny pan for, and has Gordon really been working with classified alien technology this entire time?
So he's saying Gordon Ramsay's at Area 51 getting technology for his pots and pans. Right?
Dementia. Basically, a bunch of mucus built up on the brain. Anybody that have dementia that come to us, the first thing I'm going to do is put you on all fruit diet high in berries. The reason why I'm going to choose berries, they bring a bunch of oxygens to the actual brain cells. Berries are high in something called anthocyanins. Anthocyanins actually have a way of alleviating the body from all these metals that's not supposed to be in the brain. It's high oxygen, which means it brings a lot of blood flow. Now you have to relieve all the volumetric pressure though that's from the brain, and the only way to relieve the brain of that pressure is you have to relieve the gut. So you gotta cleanse the gut. You cannot cleanse the brain without cleansing the gut.
Don't ever eat at a processed food, fast food restaurant for your meals.
What fast food restaurant can I go to if I'm somebody that's super busy, I don't have time to prep my meal, I just want to go somewhere that's healthy, eat it and leave? What would you recommend that somewhat qualifies it as healthy for you?
So there's a couple of ways you can hack this. If you go to a fast food restaurant and you get a burger that without the bun and without the sauce, because the bun has, in many cases, 40 to 50 ingredients in a bun, Pat, it's crazy. You can't go to Chick-fil-A. So Chick-fil-A is completely off the menu, but you can actually go to Five Guys. You know, I was in the airport yesterday and the guy said, hey, I just went to Five Guys. And I said, okay, what'd you get? He said, I got a burger with just lettuce and tomato. I was like, that's great. That's actually not bad. A lot of these restaurants don't cook the hamburgers in seed oils. They're cooking it on a griddle. They're cooking it in the animal fat.
I think at the end of the day, don't mix the two, right? I mean, I'm not saying go out and eat a bunch of junk food carbs, but usually junk food carbs are mixed carbs and fat, sugar, whatever you want to call it, right? The best you can do, now I'm no dietitian, I speak from experience, weight loss wise, not blood, diagnostics and all that. Weight loss wise, don't mix the two. Don't mix the two. Don't overthink about it, because you see what in these videos, what they're doing at grocery stores. Grass-fed is not grass-fed. Organic is not organic. Try your hardest not to make, if you're going to eat a lot of fat, don't eat carbs. If you're going to eat a lot of carbs, don't eat fat. Yes, I know I'm going to get a lot of comments. Carbs are terrible for you. To some people they are, but to some people they're not. It's just depending on what type of carbs you eat, I think, at the end of the day. Just don't mix them.
Majority of headaches, guys, remember this. There are no pain
I'll
receptors
get some
in the brain.
slack for that.
Brain surgery is painless, right? So the brain is not capable of sending a pain signal. So where does the signal come from? It comes from the covering of the brain called the dura. The dura hates two things. It hates being stretched and it hates being contracted. 85% of all the migraine sufferers that I've ever treated had a simple clinical deficiency in sodium. I have them drink salt water and their headaches go into permanent remission, because we are not hydrated when we have water in our blood. We're hydrated when we have water in our tissues. And what determines whether or not water leaves the blood and enters the tissue is the sodium gradient. It's called osmosis. So if we actually restore the sodium gradient, that dura starts to relax and the pain goes away.
It is now 89 seconds to midnight. This is the closest the world has ever been to midnight. Any move towards midnight should be taken as an indication of extreme danger and an unmistakable warning.
That's great. Santa Barbara. 10,000 acres of wooded residential land were scorched in an instant when a laser cannon aboard the Strategic Defense Peace Platform misfired today during routine startup tests. Casey?
Yes, it was a day of mourning for the families of our... We finally have an answer. What were those drones flying over the East Coast? Caroline Leavitt, who's the brand new press secretary for Donald Trump, came out and in her first press conference gave the answer. By the way, make sure you're following if you like what I laid down. Let's listen.
And before I turn to questions, I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office. From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy.
Okay, so how hard was that for the Biden administration or KJP to just tell us that? And again, I don't know what the purpose was. She didn't get into the purpose, and I think that we're going to need more information. I'll be honest with you. But she does a great job. I get it from the president. He just told me in the Oval Office. That's a sea change from the last administration. She never spoke to the president. Wasn't getting anything from him. So again, the drones were authorized by the FAA. They were out there doing some sort of research. I think that we, the American people, should be allowed to know what that research was. But it should have been a no-brainer for the previous administration to say, calm down. We know what they are. They're up there. It's okay. Not the enemy. They didn't do that, and that's what caused all the panic. Make sure you like, make sure you follow, make sure you share. And don't forget, come on.
Okay. But what about the orbs, right? They weren't drones the whole time. Everyone was calling them orbs. It wasn't until the news and the media started calling them drones, and then everybody started calling them drones. Now, I know what a drone is. It's got green, red, flashing lights. We see those out there. Now, they were saying there were some out there the size of SUVs. So I still feel like we're not being told the truth. Just because the president came out and said, there were orbs. Remember the orbs? There were orbs, y'all.
You've seen this. Pigs, shellfish, dogs, cats, and skunks, because those are all animals. Those animals are not meant to be eaten. They're meant to grab waste from the environment, store it, and then they die. Mm-hmm. They're not waste removal systems. They are garbage cans. So if you look at a pig or a dog or a cat or a skunk, and you might say, no one would ever eat a dog, cat, or skunk. They do in other countries. Mm-hmm. But particularly, we are infatuated with pork, and so are European countries, I've noticed, particularly Italy. A pig has a structure that is similar to a human, and that is a monogastric. It has one stomach. The animals God says to eat in Leviticus 11, Deuteronomy 14 that are land animals, I'm talking about cow, goat, sheep, buffalo. They have a 4-chamber stomach where they can chew the cud or the grass, digest it, and become powerful, well-muscled animals, whereas pigs will eat anything.
Cloud seeding, we've talked about that quite a bit.
Which is so funny because the concept of chemtrails, if you were to bring that up 3 years ago, people would be like, there's no such thing. And then it's like all of a sudden we had our senators in Florida proposing to ban weather manipulation.
Yeah. Dubai does cloud seeding. They steal water from other regions so that they can water their dry regions. Like that's like a thing that they're in trouble for.
But, I mean, I remember in Africa they would try to plant a bunch of trees to change the climate. Like it would bring in different weather patterns.
That sounds way smarter than spraying stuff in
No,
the air.
it was brilliant. It was like they changed complete areas of drought by irrigation and planting.
That's crazy. That documentary, Geoengineering, and this dude, he collected a sample when he saw that the planes were, because you see the line. And so that day he set out a bunch of stuff and collected whatever was falling down, looked under a microscope, and had all these elements of a patent that the US government has for cloud seeding and weather manipulation.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, stop doing it!
Quit doing this.
The narrative right now is the Kansas City Chiefs will win the Super Bowl. Travis Kelce will then propose to Taylor Swift. She will say yes, and then Travis Kelce will retire. And I have to personally say, if that happens, I'm done with the NFL. I don't ever want anything to do, and I love the Texans with all my heart, but I'm never watching an NFL game if that happens in that exact order, because that literally would confirm that everything we've ever known about the NFL is false and rigged.
Now I see that happening. I see that. I don't see him retiring, but I see them winning already. There's no way the NFL is going to let a three-peat go away. They're going to win. And I could see him proposing to her with all the cameras around. It's going to be all over. The ratings are going to boost. It's rigged, y'all. It's rigged. I'm starting to come to the conclusion. I've been coming to the conclusion. I love my Arizona Cardinals to death, and I'm still going to watch them whether it's rigged or not, because one of these days that rig's going to work in my favor. But that's what's going to happen, y'all. I have a feeling he's going to propose to her. It's annoying. I can't stand it, y'all. Can't stand it. I ain't even going to watch it.
Very weird story coming out of New York City, guys. So we got Union Prison. 25 staff members have been exposed to something. They literally have no clue what, which is making them pass out and vomit. They are now experiencing mass resignations, okay? It's being like theorized that maybe it's some sort of synthetic drug in an envelope or a person that's coming into the jail. They literally have no clue what's happening. I might have a theory. I don't know. Now, could it be some sort of radiation sickness? Let's just go over it. So you had this happen a month ago. Alleged Yakuza leader admits trafficking nuclear materials from Myanmar through New York City. You have the mayor suggesting a month ago about the New Jersey drones linked to missing radioactive material, which happened about 2 months ago. And let's not forget the FBI is running a nuclear incident drill. Are they extracting nuclear materials right now?
I went to an alien church in downtown LA and they explained
Check
to us how
this
they
out.
sell energy for up to $10,000.
I can guarantee you that this will change your
Dance.
life. Every time you look at the clock, it'll be a lot sooner than you think.
That's an alien right there.
There's a stem cell one.
That's $1,000, guys.
Why? This lengthens your telomeres.
What is that?
This lengthens your telomeres.
That one's 10,000?
This one has stem cell energy. How many have you sold, Jay? I just started. There's another one that's $100. It's time acceleration. It will help slow down time. So time will feel
Slow down time.
The wearing the
You
pin
wear
is
that
going
when
to
I
give
wake
you
up in
that
the
ability,
morning.
or is it looking at the pin?
Just having it near you.
Okay.
It's there's 3 different encoding methods. It's a long cell. Do you guys feel this?
I mean, what do you mean exactly? I feel like
That should help you. That should oxygenate your body in 2 different ways, and clean
Should.
and vitalize.
Keyword should.
what should I be feeling? Like a cold air or like a?
I guess like it should be easier for you to breathe.
Okay.
Do people actually go to that? That's crazy. Someone's gonna buy that, y'all, for 10,000. This guy's gonna come up. There's gonna be somebody out there that's gonna buy that and go to that. What was it? An alien church? How do you guys like me switching back and forth from a full screen to a small screen to the regular? You guys like that? You guys cool with that?
Post Malone became an overnight sensation about 13, 14 years ago when he broke into music. Every single song he wrote or sang turned to absolute gold. But his music is not what we want to talk about today. Have a little look at this biscuit. If you know, you already know. Who remembers this document? From the FBI, talking about ways to spot really, really suspect people. Now, don't get me wrong, Post Malone isn't the only suspect person here. Look at what the bottle on the link says. Love is love. With a big picture like this on it. And we've also got the Walls ice cream logo as well. Especially when the FBI have also put this out. Very suspect. There is many big companies in the world right now that are all using logos that are very, very similar with spirals in them. Now, the reason for highlighting Post Malone for holding a spiral biscuit was to prove every single one of them is involved. Every single one is in the club. It doesn't matter whether they're your favourite rapper, they're your favourite sports star. Doesn't matter. They're all involved. Oh, and if you're not following me yet, you flipping should be. And come onto my page as well and tap my notification bell at the top and click all so you don't miss none of my future uploads.
If you eat eggs, watch this video. It's pretty interesting.
What's my hardest? Because I had my own chickens, and I thought, well, I'm not hurting anything. They're laying eggs right here. I pick them up and they're fresh every morning. But when I realized it was just a fresh menstrual cycle, you know, and when I realized I was eating, you know, like the reproductive waste of a chicken, you know, and I was scrambling it for breakfast or whatever. It's the truth. But I mean, I'm serious. And then I started thinking to myself, would I want somebody to come in the middle of the night, stealing my periods, you know, putting them in a basket, maybe, you know, scrambling them or sunny side up, for God's sake. I actually watched how they're made up inside of them and how everything's collected and then it comes down that one hole. I mean, I saw this and I was like, oh, we're not supposed to be eating that.
They got self-driving cars, Siri, like talking to a computer voice, iPads and FaceTimes.
Yep.
Electric cars, lights on, like talking to Alexa, turning the lights on.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger in politics.
Yes.
I mean, they didn't get the president part right, but when he goes to his domicile, there's a vertical screen instead of a horizontal screen.
Right.
But when Rob Schneider, who we will talk about, when he answers the phone, he said he's giving them a human response and saying, if you want an automated response, press 2.
Oh God!
We are the complete opposite. We're like, no, here's automated. Do you want to talk to a
Go
customer?
through hell and then you get a human.
Yeah.
They didn't know what we were going to be. No,
That's the
It
truth.
doesn't feel that far off necessarily.
No, there's a lot of it that does, especially the car stuff, like you're saying. Yeah, it's and it's comedically very good. It's like they really like even when they're turning on the radio and they're listening to jingles, like it's such a bizarre decision. But it's so fucking funny to be like they listen to old jingles and that's the number one song.
And they're genuinely having the best time of their life.
Yeah.
They're so happy listening to that song.
Yes. Like it is a little like they
Never
make
seen
the
it.
utopia so stupid, but you're also I don't know. It is very. It's a lot of comedic takes into that.
Do you guys remember that really weird case that happened in either Utah or New Mexico where they found that compound and then they were like, they basically discovered that, according to the guy running the compound, that they were training school. And yes. And then the case just got dismissed and sent away. And it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life, dude. That they were training.
What was this? How long ago was this?
This was like a couple of years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago.
So this place was training New Mexico compound suspects were training children for school. Prosecutors say. 2018. What?
And then they just dismissed the case, or the case just went away.
The 5 suspects accused of abusing 11 New Mexico compound were training them to commit. The prosecutor said Wednesday. The defendants were to be released from custody. There's a substantial likelihood defendant may commit new crimes due to his planning and preparation for future. Document said the filings did not provide further details about the alleged training. The makeshift compound appeared to have a shooting range on the property, and loaded firearms were found on the property, authorities said. A foster parent of one of the children also said the defendant had trained the child in the use of a in preparation for future school. Whoa. And
How often we'll be able to put this out.
The case gets like either dismissed or something like that. It's really weird. But if you get into...
Wait a minute, an imam was a part of this? Scroll up a little bit. Wahaj's father, Imam Siraj Wahaj. How do you say that? Wahaj?
Dude, if you can't say it, I can't say it.
A New York imam has said he has no knowledge of the alleged training, said spokesman Imam Al-Hajj Talib Abdur Rashid.
Oh, man.
The imam was the first Muslim to offer an opening prayer before the U.S. House of Representatives. Oh, how convenient. The Muslim Alliance in North America... Oops. No thanks. The Muslim Alliance in North America said he's also a character witness for a convicted 1993 World Trade Center bombing mastermind, Omar Abdel Rahman. Jesus Christ.
This is what I'm telling you, dude. Everything is an intelligence trick, dude.
Well, there's certainly a lot of intelligence tricks. And that's something that people are super reluctant to admit to, despite the overwhelming amount of evidence.
Now we're gonna have to do a lot of editing on that, a lot of breaks in volume. But they're talking every time I block it out, it's talking about a school All right, they're training them out there. That's crazy.
The audience hall in the Vatican looks like a snake's head, from the outside and from the inside. Where the windows forms the eye, the pillars form the teeth, the roof forms the skin, and the hallway forms the tongue, which leads to a sculpture we are going to analyze Da Vinci style. The sculpture should be the resurrection of Jesus after a nuclear apocalypse, but I don't believe this. Deleting the right side, copy and paste the left side and mirror it, stitch together you get a Baphomet lookalike creature with the horns and the snakes, just like the audiensor from the out and the inside. By analyzing the other side of the sculpture, we just need to delete the left side, copy and mirror the right side, and stitch together, then you got a creature with a snake's head and broken wings, like a mixture of a snake and Baphomet. The animation of mixing both pictures together looks like this.
There's no coincidence there. They know
What are they trying to tell us?
What the hell, dog? Nah, nigga, what the fuck is going on?
During the time where I released the podcast with Trump, it was getting, what was the most it was getting an hour? Was it 1.2 million?
Sure, I think so. Maybe 1.2, 1.3, something like that.
As much as 1.5 million, I think, at one point in time. An hour. Never trending.
I heard about that.
Never trending.
Yeah, I saw that.
Never trending. What's trending then? Tell me what trending is. If something gets 50 million views in a couple of days and that's not trending, what's trending?
Right.
What do you call trending? What does that mean then? Are you curating your trending thing?
It would be in YouTube's best interest, though. They need you. So
Well, don't they like views?
yeah, that's my
Don't
point.
you
yeah.
sell ads?
If I was YouTube, I'd be like, no, we want Joe Rogan's thing up there. We need views.
Well, not only that, if you put it in trending, you'll get more views, so you get more advertising revenue.
On that specific one, I think they were worried about something else.
But yeah, they were worried about it promoting
Right.
Donald Trump and him
Right.
winding up being president because
Right.
of that. But then it got to a point where you couldn't find it. So that was real weird. Like if you Googled Trump Rogan podcast, you would not find that podcast at all. You would find clips of people discussing it. You would not find the actual podcast.
And the clips you find were from MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, big business companies. That's what all these TikToks you see. If you go try to find something big, like if you go to TikTok right now and look up the LA wildfires, MSNBC, CNN, Daily Mail, whatever, all these big time corporations, all of the regular people that were making videos, actual live footage on the ground, gone.
That's just ice. Pouring down the street. Southern California.
They're not sending all Chicanos, Tejanos, or none of that. They're sending the illegal aliens. If you got your papers or your working visa, you're
Good to
go. If you got here illegal, I'm sorry. If you got here with Biden, I'm sorry. I told y'all he sold you a hog you can't eat.
That's what I say. Like, we got a clip of Selena Gomez on here crying about it, but I mean, if you came, it's easy for me to say because I'm here legally, right? But if you came here illegally and broke the law, there's laws, there's rules we have to follow. I got to stop at red lights. I got to do this. If I don't, I get a ticket or even worse, a bad accident. There's laws we have to follow here. And if you break the law to come here, there's, repercussions. If somebody gets in office that doesn't accept you breaking that law and they wish to obey the law, that's what's going to happen.
Jay-Z had relations with Diddy and they had to make these arrangements, as like for the same reasons why people have to sell their soul.
So you're having in-depth conversations with R. Kelly about this ring that exists or rings that exist, and like at that time, Diddy hadn't even been arrested yet, right?
Like the people who run the music industry, a lot of these people really worship and believe in Satan and the devil, and they have certain practices that most people wouldn't understand. Like, why would you have to sign a contract in blood? Why would you have to sacrifice a loved one? Like, most people can't even fathom the idea of that, you know what I mean? But R. Kelly confirmed it. A lot of those things go on.
Now, I go back to a video I did on my second channel where this guy saw the devil in Jay-Z. Yes, he was under the influence, but I think a lot of these people that break through that door, I don't know, maybe that happens to them, maybe, but like that, the devil told that dude, paint this painting and you'll be famous. The only thing you got to do is smoke weed every day and you'll keep that fame. We'll keep giving you that knowledge through this weed and you'll keep coming out with paintings. Like, is that what these famous people that get in the limelight? Because we all see, you know, Billie Eilish doing these devil worshiping things, and like, that's something I think about a lot from that one video. Links or the videos on my second channel, you go check it out. But I think a lot of that has to do with these big time, not just celebrities, because there's a lot of low tier celebrities, like these big time celebrities, household names, these people that can't walk down the street without being flooded with people. I think there's something that a knowledge that a darker force gave them to get to that. That's what I think.
Because we are very good at scaring you. Because I can say, you know what? This is your first baby. You went through IVF. You've tried so hard. And I see some of these blips. I just don't think baby's gonna come. I think when things are good, we should do a C-section. And the patient says, oh, Dr. Chung, whatever you say, I don't care about me. I just want a healthy baby. And then I'm saying, I'm going to get paid another 15% more on this one. I'm going to get a good night's sleep. I'm going to have an ass-kicking first day on my vacation. That shit happens all the time in this country. I see it. And some of them are probably your doctor.
Okay.
So they get a kickback for C-sections. My woman had to get a C-section. Now, it was a crazy experience. We were there. She was 10 centimeters. The doctor wasn't even there yet. The nurse was having her push. The nurse was telling me, like, come check it out. You can see his hair, head full of hair, the baby, y'all. But when the doctor got there, you know, the baby wasn't up. It was still under the pelvic bone a little bit. So she was like, we might have to do a C-section. We're going on a little rant right here, y'all. I'm sorry. But the doctor ended up putting the vacuum on the baby's head, right? And the doctor was pulling with everything. I was watching the doctor do this, y'all. I was right there. She was pulling with all her force, like boom, boom, like starting up a lawnmower. And I was like, this baby is just going to pop out and all the insides are going to come out. Like, I didn't want to see it, y'all. If that baby was going to come out, I didn't want to see it because she was pulling so hard. At one point, we got to have a C-section. Within 15 minutes from that decision, we got to have a C-section, the baby was here, right? They rushed her out. They're like, get changed, put this gown on, get all your belongings, get over there. By the time I got there, I sat down maybe if 5 minutes, that baby was already out crying. But the doctor ended up coming to me later when my girl was still in recovery and they were fixing her up. I was sitting there waiting for her. The doctor came out, talked to me. I noticed she didn't tell my mama bear this. She didn't tell her this. She just told me this. I ended up telling her later, but the umbilical cord was kind of wrapped around the baby's neck. And that's why they rushed the C-section. And then she said when the baby came out, the baby was gray. Like it was, she's like, we're lucky we did this now because it could have got bad. But she said once the baby got out and they got the umbilical cord up, the baby perked up because I heard crying right away. And then when they took him in back of me to, you know, clean him up and stuff, I was looking and he was crying and all that. But yeah, it was a crazy experience, y'all. It was real crazy and surreal. And I barely got to the room 5 minutes before the baby was there.
So I just learned this about the Palisade fires. I totally thought it was bullcrap, and then I talked to someone who works in this industry. The cleanup for the Palisades is going to cost $170,000 per house. That's what Los Angeles is paying, $170,000 per house. And if you're watching this and you work in demo and cleanup, I know your jaw is on the floor right now. I have no clue how these contracts are going to be given out. A fire cleanup usually runs about $15,000, and this is a huge deal, so let's make it much bigger. But I've talked to a few people and they said 40,000 max. 40,000 should be max per house. So I don't do demo and cleanup, but if you do demo and cleanup, I would be like rushing to LA right now, finding out how you get those contracts. And if this contract goes to like one large company, then that's just absolute bullshit. I mean, if California is going to pay this much money, every small business should get this money. That's insane. 170,000 for a cleanup.
Crazy.
So I ain't complaining. I'm just saying this better go to small businesses. I hope you all get super rich because that's insane.
It's not. It's all fun and games until animals do what they're supposed to do. I'm out. I quit. I ain't doing this again.
This Venezuelan migrant recently went on a live stream to tell us about some of the cool benefits she's been receiving in New York City. No one will remove us from here, not even Trump will get us out. Then she says, you know, I've been suffering from, I've been having dental issues. So I had surgery recently, and they helped me with 4 teeth, but the appointments were far away, unfortunately. Then here she says, I'm in New York. I want to leave New York, but I don't have my papers yet. It's nice here, but working without papers, it's horrible. I'm desperate, to be honest. Then she keeps communicating with the comment section and she says, I'm fairly new. I've been here for only 6 months. Only 6 months since I got here. And then someone asked her, wow, what about your nails? How much were they? She says it was $50 to get them done. But this was maintenance, and that was an additional $30. Oh, it's only a 6-month free hotel stay. No big deal. An average hotel room for a migrant costs around $350 a night. That means that she's been getting roughly over $60,000 worth of hotel accommodations. When was the last time that any of you received a 6-month hotel freebie? I hope President Trump does the right thing.
They're already firing, like, I don't know if you guys know, but I've said this in the past, like my mama bear works for the immigration court out here. And she was telling me they're already fired like the head people of the immigration court because Trump was saying, like, why are you guys postponing all these? Like she said, we got people here that their court hearing ain't till 2027. So he fired a lot of the top dogs in the immigration court, and you know they're gonna start denying people pretty much, like nope, because some judges would just, you know, yeah, go ahead, because that's what they were told from the higher ups. But now those people are fired, they're going to put new people in, and I guess it's supposed to get cleaned up. It's going to be busy, she said, but they're going to start cleaning up and start getting some of these people out that are there until 2027 just sitting here on taxpayer dollars.
What went down at Diddy parties is the point that I'm making, okay? All of Hollywood knew what went down at Diddy parties. We could show you clip after clip after clip of them all mocking and laughing about everything that happened
for years
at Diddy's place. So when Usher signed and became a quote-unquote mentor to Justin Bieber, why didn't he mentor him against going to Diddy's house? Wouldn't that be a nice thing for your mentor and your friend to do? Why is it beginning to feel like everything that Kanye West told us about Hollywood might be true? That you have these young, talented people who are essentially being adopted and initiated when they are vulnerable into a very dark and demonic cult, okay? Why is it beginning to feel like once they age and they're a part of it, they then find someone young and they get them initiated into it? They find the talent and they initiate them into this sort of a cult. Now,
Elon Musk, in some ways, has the body language of a character from Sims.
Can't stand this dude, y'all. Can't stand him.
That's beautiful. Probably what that is that Elon Musk, at some point, was just like a nerdy kid, and he learned his reality and his behavior so deeply from games, probably including Sims, because isn't he like the 5th best in the world at some online game? He is, isn't he? He's so embedded in that reality, the same way as like I am with television. Like my whole life I've been like looking at TV and sitcom characters. Elon Musk is so embedded that he's actually mimicking the language. Elon Musk was raised by Sims. He is a Neuralink. He's sort of already enmeshed with that kind of, I was going to say artificial intelligence, but whatever that intelligence is.
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. How many people are getting attacked? Children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
Are we looking at melted buildings left over from a previous advanced civilization which existed prior to us? And have the recent fires in LA just been another reset taking place? There's numerous theories of what could have caused the destruction of these structures. One being it could have been caused by an earlier form of a direct energy weapon, perhaps attached to an airship. Airships were actually weaponized according to official history back in World War I, when the Germans flew them over London chucking out grenades, allegedly. But even then, they may have had something more advanced than simply grenades. Then there's the idea that dragons once existed. Could they have been behind this? Or did the energy grid that was used at the time go haywire, resulting in disaster? Or maybe the end of days spoken of in Revelation in the Bible has already happened, and this is all the result of fire and brimstone. Hell, maybe it's all the above.
I'm sorry, Mr. Vice President, have you, I know you're running for president. You are distressed that the Ukrainians don't have enough American tanks. Every city in the United States has become much worse over the past 3 years. Drive around. There's not one city that's gotten better in the United States. And it's visible. Our economy has degraded. The suicide rate has jumped. Public filth and disorder and crime have exponentially increased. And yet, your concern is that the Ukrainians, a country most people can't find on a map, who've received tens of billions of U.S. tax dollars, don't have enough tanks. I think it's a fair question to ask, like, where's the concern for the United States in that?
Well, it's not my concern. Tucker, I've heard that routine from you before, but that's not my concern. I'm running for president of the United States because I think this country's in a lot of trouble. I think Joe Biden has weakened America at home and abroad.
Not his concern. I don't care. That's what he said. I don't care about you guys. I care about this war. I care about a country that doesn't care about me, that didn't vote me in. Not that he won or anything, but I'm just saying, he got some votes, I'm sure. It's crazy, y'all. So these politicians, all they care about is money, power, and greed.
You can hit this lick. Man, you are not supposed to have car insurance for 5, 6, 7 years. And your car about to break down, your transmission done went out. You supposed to have a wreck before you get that transmission fixed. When that motor start going bad, put insurance on that car and have a wreck. That deductible.
Hey,
man, between the medical, man.
It's free. Man. I won't say free game, but it's a deductible game.
Man, that $500,000 deductible ain't to a $15,000, $12,000 check. And plus whatever medical bills you done incurred. Shit, man, I done got 50-something thousand off a wreck one time.
Do you feel like there's people called career? Do you feel like there's career scammers? Like, nigga,
yeah,
every year I'm gonna make this amount of money.
Man, I'm finna tell you right now. My wife's sister, every time she want a new car, she run that bitch into a pole. I'm telling on her right now. Bitch run. She just wrecked her dad. I said, man, how she run directly into the middle of the pole? But every time she want to upgrade her car, she wrecked. Make sure the airbags deployed. She a career scammer.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now,
did you know there's an island so secretive that civilians are banned from visiting? Welcome to Diego Garcia Island. Located in the Indian Ocean, Diego Garcia is part of the Chagos archipelago, but it's not just any tropical paradise. This island houses one of the most important U.S. military bases outside the United States. In the late 1960s, the indigenous Chagazian people were forcibly removed from their homeland to make way for the military base. Over 1,500 people were relocated to Mauritius and the Seychelles, sparking ongoing legal battles and protests. The base on Diego Garcia plays a crucial role in global military operations. It's a key launch point for air missions in the Middle East and a vital hub for naval operations. The island's strategic location allows the U.S. to project power across Asia and the Middle East. The island's secrecy has fueled numerous conspiracy theories, from secret prisons to hidden nuclear weapons.
Malaysian airline disappeared. A Greyhound bus can't disappear. Malaysian airline is in Diego Garcia, an island owned by the British, rented by the United States where they do their dirty work. That's what this is about. I know this and NBC don't know it. I know it and the CIA don't know it. Something ain't right. Well, it is right. It's a game.
I would like to try this and see if it works. Does it stay lit up? Oh, okay.
The CIA know how to make faces that look like real people. There was a couple in the CIA. The husband is not with us anymore, but I met the wife, Jonah Mendez. She showed pictures of herself as a black male. And that face can be put on in a couple of minutes, and it's indistinguishable from a human face. Now, what you would focus on now is two things. Gait, that's very difficult to change, and footwear. Everything else, what you wear, that you can change it real quick, but shoes, people forget about that.
Magic Johnson seen donating blood. The kids make a wish.
Has anyone else noticed what appears to be demons flying all through the sky everywhere? It looks exactly like the Dementors from that movie. We'll come right back to this in 1 second because this is tonight. Over the past few days, I've been seeing videos of these black things just all up in the sky everywhere. And I mean, it's really crazy when you consider everything else going on right now, like the UFO, the egg, the summoning of the egg, and all this weird stuff going on. I mean, you do remember what just happened a few days ago, don't you? And they were trying to say it's debris being that bright in the sky and not falling down, going horizontally with the sky. And remember, these same people want you to think that this is SpaceX, even though all this type of stuff has been in the sky for decades before Space Force even existed. And then this just happens of all nights, and the person wrote Red Moon on the eve of inauguration. In various cultures, a red moon has been interpreted as an omen. In ancient Mesopotamia, it was seen as a threat to a king's life. You guys by chance missed the last few videos I did, one with all the prophecies about that one guy, and the other video about the egg and all the occultic things with that? Watch out, the Dementors are gonna get you.
You can see God in the frequency of worship music.
They put a sand, right?
Yeah. So they took a board and they put sand on it. This lady would be like, okay, I'm gonna put sand and I'll play a specific frequency, right? And so this is the healing frequency, what it looks like. It makes like different types of patterns.
Yeah.
Right? Now she played a Drake song and this is what the frequency was.
Oh, it's just messy.
Yeah, it's a bunch of messy stuff.
What song was it?
She muted it. She said I couldn't say it. Yeah. And you know how we talk about like non-secular versus secular?
Yeah.
There's specific frequencies that are healing.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. She played Oceans by like Hillsong. This is what it made. You can see like the crosses.
You see a cross in it, damn.
Being formed, like bare patterns and stuff.
That's crazy.
And
I seen one, I think the same girl played the Kanye song Goddess.
Yeah.
not quite as good as Oceans, but there was still green light and the 369 frequencies in there, which I thought was awesome.
What she said was there's certain shapes that correspond to different frequency of 369.
Yeah.
Like the Nikola Tesla manifestation. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Ready?
Okay.
Wait till you see this. This is a tactical turn at Huntington Beach, the F-22 demo, with Raz Larson flying it. Then he transitions to the falling leaf, but now we're punching out flares while we're falling. This is one of the coolest demos ever, as Raz goes off stage right.
If there were a firmament that was getting lower to the ground as you went south beyond the Antarctic shoreline, planes would have to fly lower. That is something that would just make sense on the biblical Earth model. And when you look into what actually happens in Antarctica, you find out that, wait a minute, planes do actually fly lower. How much lower? Well, a lot lower. When you look at their elevation, it's around 11,000 feet in the Antarctic region. When you go to the Arctic, it should be exactly the same because they say we live on a globe and the south and the north are exactly the same. However, they're flying at 29,000 feet, far higher because they don't have to worry about a barrier. And it's not some barrier we're making up. There is footage of this barrier. We've shared it before. There are declassified documents that speak of it. The Encyclopedia Britannica talks about a dome-like structure being around 13,000 feet beyond the 80th south parallel. I used to think there could be another explanation for that. However, there might be some truth to those numbers given that they're flying that low in Antarctica. What do you guys think? Let us know. I think this is fascinating.
I hadn't seen anything that moved me that way.
Did you meet Kristen that day?
I did. She gave me body gel. She says it's bath salts, but it was body gel.
There was
And
something
it
in
had
there.
glitter, and I think it had actual witchcraft magic in it. I really do.
There's no way you get to this without that witchcraft.
I think there's a combination of real magic, manifestation, and hard work. Yeah.
This is a kids movie. This is kids' toys where there is an inappropriate website on the back, and they said it was a mistake. Kids went to see this movie, and she's over here promoting it, talking about witchcraft.
That needs to happen for things like this to happen, don't you think?
I think so. We see here that we have Ariana Grande, and she's talking about Wicked, and she's talking about witchcraft.
She thinks there's witchcraft in the body gel that was given to her.
Now, this is the same person that kids look up to. Millions of kids. This is a kid's movie. Now, this is also the same woman who said her fantasy date would be with Jeffrey Dahmer.
You have to ask yourself, why do they make these people famous? If this is the things that she's talking about, she's clearly leading children to witchcraft.
Witchcraft is being portrayed right in our faces, and unless we do something about it, then our children will follow the same pattern.
It's crazy, y'all. Crazy.
To thank
Look
the
at this.
devil and all the dark lords who
Don't do the devil stuff.
gave her this award
Don't do
and
the devil stuff.
allowed her to feast on the flesh of the enemies.
Thanks, everybody.
Leading the way with 11 mentions, moms are holding strong with 3 shout-outs. God, creator of the universe, 0 mentions.
All laughing.
No surprise in this godless town.
But you gotta ask yourself, how can you believe in one of them, a bad guy, and you don't believe in the other? You want to discredit God. and try and throw shade and badmouth him and say he doesn't exist or whatever. But you believe in the other guy, the opposite side. There are no idols in this world. Be careful who you look up to, because what you don't realize is you're actually looking down.
What Jim Caviezel survived through the Passion of the Christ will blow your mind.
I died on the operating table. I've never told that. The reason why I brought that up is I felt incredible peace and love. And God shot me on my body. I saw the back side, not here. Then Yami Kalini runs over, and I remember looking at him, and all of a sudden I saw his hand blow up. Sparks came out. There was another shot that came down. Faith without your works is dead. 1 James. So many people say, but they don't do. The clouds, it felt like I could jump up and touch them. And that was very mystical, what was happening in the ground. You could feel something in the ground. Wind was blowing. I could see everybody's about 350 people that were around me on a hill. I couldn't hear the wind, and I could feel the suctioning. It was probably more like 3 seconds. It felt like 5.
If you're a person of faith, follow and subscribe.
The Tree of Life in Ghana.
Now there's peace. There's peace now. They're eating now. Wow. Come on.
They're all dead.
First and foremost, I live in Southern California, so my heart truly goes out to any and everyone who's been impacted by these wildfires, people who had to leave their pets behind, people who couldn't take medication with them, all of that. But something about these wildfires just ain't adding up for me, man. For starters, why are police not letting folk get back in their home when they're doing nothing about these criminals who are raiding these homes? And why is Gavin Newsom lying on Trump?
Reservoirs are completely full.
When it's already been reported by multiple outlets that these reservoirs had no water in them.
Pacific Palisades Reservoir was offline and empty when Firestorm exploded. This is from the Los Angeles Times.
And why is BlackRock allegedly snooping around these vacant lots in LA all of a sudden?
Could be laws against BlackRock coming in and buying single-family homes, renting them back. You should not be a society of renters. It's bad for society.
And we're all just a bunch of conspiracy theories, huh? Right.
We already have a team of looking and reimagining LA 2.0. LA 2.0.
Why do you think they put those big nice cars in the showroom at the dealerships, right? And why do you think they take 4 hours, 5 hours to write up a simple contract? I used to sell cars and was finance manager for a long time for a few dealerships as well. I was a closer, and it was a psychology play, right? And we put the $40,000 new TRD Camry right in the showroom, and then we stretch you out 2 hours, because while you're sitting there, you start looking at that car. You're like, man, I wonder how much more that payment is. How much? Hey, James, come here. How much more will my payment be for that? And you know, everybody's payment when they go into a car dealership is they want like no money out of pocket, no money down, or maybe $2,000 max down. And what do they want the payment to be? $250. Yeah. I want that payment at $250. Now, as long as you get that payment in that realm, you're not usually, most people, and let's be real, don't care about, they're not really thinking so much about the interest rate as long as the payment fits, you know. But how they get you in that payment is stretching your term. It used to only be like 2 to 3 years max on cars. Now you can go 4 or 5. You know, I've heard longer, but I've only really seen 7 years on a car loan. So, but anyways,
You said, yeah, I can get you that 250. It's gonna be 7 years.
but they won't even say that a lot of times, right? That's not the pitch. That's not the pitch. They're
like,
saying, I can get you that for $250 right now. Boom, boom, boom. And then when you sit down, you're so happy because obviously a car is an emotional purchase.
New toy in front of you.
You're going through and you've been so burnt out there all damn day.
See, there's corruptions at all levels, even at the car dealership. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope the lighting looks better. I got a comment yesterday saying, man, it's dark. Go back to the green screen. Got 2 studio lights in here now. Feel like it's better. Let me know below what you guys think. Does the lighting look good? We're gonna add stuff back here. I think I want a big plant back here. We're gonna get it looking right, y'all. But this is just the start, right? But anyways, hope everyone out there has a good day. If you made it this far, like, comment, and subscribe. I haven't really got to putting energy in the second channel. Like, I got to go down right now, help Mama Bear feed the baby, get all that together. So I will be putting energy into that channel. And don't forget, I didn't forget, I will be doing a giveaway once I start getting consistent over there. So be sure to go over there and subscribe. Links down below. Not really putting energy over there, focusing on just one channel right now. Got a newborn. He just turned a week old yesterday. Everything went good at the doctor's appointment. Feeling good, eating clean, feeling energized. Hope you guys can tell through these videos. But hey, I got to get going, y'all. Hope everyone out there has a good day. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow on the next one. This is Segovia signing out of the beautiful man cave where I can stretch. Check me out, y'all. The green screen ain't here no more. See you tomorrow, y'all. Leave a like. Later.